There is a small moment that happens every evening in most homes around the world. The lights become softer. The noise of the day begins to fade. People finish their work, check their phones, or sit quietly for a few minutes before going to sleep. For many people, this moment passes without much thought. But for some people, these final minutes of the day hold a powerful habit that quietly shapes the next 24 hours. They take a few minutes to plan tomorrow. Not in a complicated way. Not with long lists or strict schedules. Just a simple pause to think about the day ahead. It sounds almost too small to matter. But this habit can change how a person wakes up, how they make decisions, and how they use their time. Imagine two different mornings. In the first morning, a person wakes up to the sound of their alarm. Their mind is still foggy from sleep. They sit up in bed and begin asking themselves questions. What do I need to do today? Did I forget something important? What should I start with? While they are trying to figure it out, messages arrive, emails appear, and the noise of the day begins filling their mind. Before they even leave the bed, their attention is already scattered. The day starts with confusion. Now imagine another morning. The alarm rings. The person wakes up and already knows what the day looks like. They planned it the night before. They know their first task. They know their priorities. There is no rush to figure things out. The day begins with direction. This difference may seem small, but it creates a powerful effect on the mind. Clarity reduces stress. Uncertainty creates pressure. A man named Daniel once noticed that his mornings always felt chaotic. He woke up with good intentions, but within minutes he felt overwhelmed. There were emails to answer, messages from coworkers, tasks he had forgotten to schedule. By the middle of the day, he often felt tired, even though the day had barely begun. One evening, after a particularly stressful day, Daniel sat quietly at his kitchen table. He asked himself a simple question. What if tomorrow was already planned? He opened a notebook and wrote down a few things he wanted to accomplish the next day. Not everything, just the most important tasks. It took less than 5 minutes. Then he closed the notebook and went asleep. The next morning, something interesting happened. Instead of waking up with confusion, he woke up with direction. The notebook waited on the table. He opened it and immediately began his first task. The day felt calmer, more focused, more intentional. That small 5-minute habit slowly changed how he experienced his work. Planning the next day the night before works for a simple reason. Your mind loves closure. When you go to sleep with unfinished decisions, your brain continues thinking about them. This creates mental noise. Thoughts repeat. Questions appear. Sometimes people lie in bed thinking about everything they need to do tomorrow. But when those tasks are written down, the mind relaxes. It no longer needs to hold the information. The paper holds it. That is why many people sleep better after writing a short plan for the next day. The brain recognizes that tomorrow has direction. Planning also reduces decision fatigue. Every day contains dozens of decisions. What to start first? What to postpone? What deserves attention? When these decisions happen in the morning, they compete with everything else demanding attention. But when the decisions are made the night before, the morning becomes simpler. You wake up and begin. Another benefit of planning your day the night before is emotional clarity. Evenings are often calmer than mornings. During the evening, the urgency of the day has passed. You have space to think clearly about what matters. When you plan tomorrow in this quiet moment, you often make better decisions about priorities. You ask yourself questions like, what actually matters tomorrow? What will move my life forward? What deserves my focus? This reflection helps separate important tasks from distractions. Without this habit, many people spend their day reacting to whatever appears first. Messages, requests, interruptions, urgent tasks that may not be important. Planning allows you to start the day with intention instead of reaction. There is another powerful effect of this habit. Confidence. When you wake up knowing your plan, you feel more prepared. Prepared people move through the day with calm energy. Unprepared people often feel rushed. Imagine two students preparing for an exam. One reviews the material the night before and organizes their schedule for the morning. The other waits until the morning to figure everything out. The first student walks into the day with calm focus. The second begins the day with pressure. Planning your day the night before is not about controlling every minute. Life will always contain surprises, unexpected conversations, new opportunities, unplanned events. A good plan is flexible. It simply provides a direction. Think of it like a map. When you begin a journey with a map, you know where you are going. You may take different routes along the way, but the destination remains clear. Without a map, every turn becomes uncertain. Another reason this habit is powerful is that evenings allow honest reflection. At the end of the day, you can look back and ask yourself, what went well today? What could be better tomorrow? These reflections help improve the next plan. Day by day, the plans become more realistic, more focused, more effective. A woman named Sophia discovered this habit during a very busy period in her life. She had work responsibilities, family commitments, and personal goals she wanted to pursue. At first, she felt overwhelmed. Her days felt crowded with tasks and expectations. One evening, she decided to try something simple. Before going to bed, she wrote 3 priorities for the next day. Just 3, not 20. 3 meaningful actions. The next day, she focused on completing those 3 priorities first. The result surprised her. Even if other tasks appeared later, she already felt accomplished. Her day had direction. This approach changed her mindset. Instead of trying to do everything, she began focusing on what truly mattered. Planning the night before also strengthens discipline. Discipline often fails when decisions depend on morning motivation. Morning energy can change. Some days you feel inspired. Other days you feel tired. But when the plan already exists, motivation becomes less important. You simply follow the direction you created. It becomes a quiet agreement between your evening self and your morning self. Your evening self says, "This is what matters tomorrow." Your morning self follows that decision. This partnership creates consistency. There is also something deeply satisfying about closing the day with intention. When you finish planning tomorrow, you feel a sense of completion. The day ends with clarity instead of scattered thoughts. Many people who practice this habit describe a feeling of calm before sleep. They know tomorrow has structure. That knowledge allows the mind to rest. Another benefit is momentum. When you begin your morning with the most important task already defined, progress happens earlier. Many people spend the first hour of the day deciding what to do. But those who plan the night before begin immediately. Over weeks and months, this difference becomes powerful. Hours saved. Goals achieved. Projects completed. Momentum grows quietly. The habit itself is simple. Take a few minutes before bed. Reflect on tomorrow. Write down the tasks that matter most. Keep the plan realistic. Then close the notebook and rest. In the morning, open the plan and begin. It does not require complex tools. A small notebook works perfectly. A simple note on your phone can work too. What matters is the pause, the moment of reflection, the decision about what tomorrow should look like. Many people search for complicated productivity systems. But sometimes the most powerful change comes from a simple habit practiced consistently. Planning tomorrow the night before creates clarity. Clarity creates focus. Focus creates progress. And progress builds confidence. Imagine how your days might feel after practicing this habit for months. Mornings become calmer. Work becomes more intentional. Even small achievements accumulate into meaningful results. Your days stop feeling random. They begin feeling designed. All because of 5 quiet minutes before sleep. So tonight, before turning off the lights, try something simple. Take a notebook. Write down what matters for tomorrow. Close the page. Rest. And tomorrow morning, begin with purpose. Because the way you prepare for tomorrow often begins with how you end today.